on the other foot, there would be outrage. You know, that's the only thing you're allowed to say. They say if it was George Floyd, people would be marching, rioting. When a white kid is killed, no one does anything. Right. Yeah. And I said, you know, but that's really not saying anything. You know, that's a sentiment which it really just says, well, the left is hypocritical. There's a double standard on race. But it doesn't really express, in my opinion, what white people are feeling. What white people are feeling is, why are we putting up with this stuff? Right. You know, and it's like you said, you move to a white neighborhood, you make money. We live in America. It's 21st century. We don't want to deal with these problems. Right. And it just so happens that it is these young black adolescents that's doing it in Chicago and wherever. And so I went on my show after that killing and said, you know, like, we're just kind of done with that. We don't want to live near this. Because here's the problem as a white person. You can either be Daniel Penny or Austin Metcalf. You can either be someone that takes a stand and defends yourself, or you make a rash judgment and you're either in jail or you're a racist. If you defend yourself, you get charged with murder by a liberal DA, or if you're wrong, then you're a white supremacist, racist, you're super judgmental, you're canceled.
Yeah, you can't just be a white guy who made a mistake.
Exactly, exactly. And then on the other side, if you're not racist enough or not careful enough, if you're Austin Metcalf, you make the mistake of confronting the wrong black adolescent, you're dead. You forfeit your life. And if that's how it's going to be, who wants to live in that neighborhood where you're walking down the street at night and you look over your shoulder, if you cross the street and it's a good black person, you're a racist. If you don't cross the street and they're a predator, you're dead. It's no win situation, right? So,
a predator.
Tell you this. Well, you know, a predator, opportunist.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect adjective, predator.
You know, because obviously not every black person's a predator, and
right.
But there are these opportunists that are they're crawling the streets at night looking for people, not paying attention, young girls, young men. Yeah. And so I said on my show, I said, white people don't want to live near black people. If that's what it's, white student, this Austin Metcalf, confronted a friend of the killer, presumably black also, and said something like, hey, you're sitting in the wrong spot. You're in my spot. Something like this. And that's when the black guy jumped in and stabbed him to death. Unfortunately, we just don't know. When you're on the subway, when you're driving in your car, when you're in the city streets, you don't know whether the black person in proximity to you is one of the good ones, or one of the ones who is going to summon an unbelievable, I mean literally for people like us, an unthinkable level of spontaneous brutality, senseless and merciless violence in an instant. We don't know. There's ambiguity. You're sitting on a subway. You look across. You see someone acting strange or aggressive. Is this someone who is going to pull out a knife and in 2 seconds slit my throat and kill me? Or is this just someone who's having a bad day? We don't know. I'm not willing to risk my life to find out. It's not worth it to me. I'm not willing to put myself in a position to find out.
Scott Adams couldn't have said it no better himself. Hey everybody, it's your only 2 favorite black guys. And we got a new favorite giveaway. It's Jeep Rubicon, Candy for race. Yeah, lifted. Yeah, fully loaded. Hey fellas, women love Jeeps. This is crazy. And the reason why we do this is because y'all support us. So we're going to support you. You know, we
you guys are bitches, dude.
We like to
There's
give back.
motherfucking 3 of them.
So we give back to y'all.
And not one does shit, dude. They're sitting right there.
Pay my bills, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all want me on food stamps all like all the rest of them? I'm working for my money. Go to officialhorsetoys.com. Anything you buy on our site, get you automatically entered to win all our giveaways. No purchase necessary. All boy prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah. Because what you was pretty much trying to explain to everybody. You're talking about urban black neighborhoods. I don't want to live in an urban black neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to. Black people that become rich and famous, they don't want to live there neither. Yeah.
Why not?
But it's a problem when you say it.
Yes, right, exactly.
Whoa.
Nobody wants to live in the hood. Nobody.
Why not?
And those things happen in the hood to black people all the time. Yeah, poor people who live in the hood, they don't want to live there, but they have no options. They don't have no means to get out, so they stuck. I don't know. I remember I was in the Marine Corps. I lived in San Diego. I was like 19, 20, and I lived in a black neighborhood. I came out because I would leave to go to work at like 4 in the morning. There's a bullet hole in the side of my Geo Metro.
Yeah.
Had a lime green Geo Metro. That's how I learned how to drive.
That unfortunately stereotype, which is based in reality, is that when you live in a black neighborhood, you're going to get this set of problems. You're going to get violence, you're going to get mayhem, chaos, and it's not even just that, it's just rudeness. People being inconsiderate, and if people associated with black people with being friendly, being kind, being peaceful, no one would have an issue. People say, "Oh, great, black people moving in the neighborhood. It's awesome. Property value's going to go up." You know,
that's not what's going to happen.
No. So, that's the issue. And so, you know, I said that, and Jason Whitlock, you know, he's super Christian, as am I, and he said, "Well, you know, this is an attempt to incite racial hatred between white and black people, to divide up the races with this, you know, with this incendiary rhetoric." And I said, look, here's the problem. You can reconcile white and black people with Christianity, but in my opinion, that happens second. What has to happen first is law and order. Unfortunately, you have this cycle in America where you have very good laws, safety, you know, you have police are active enforcing the law, and then you get the activists that come in and say, "Oh, there's too many black people and there's too much police brutality." So people say, "Oh, all right, you know, we're going to ease up. We're going to mass incarceration's a problem, police brutality's a problem. We're going to let them go." Then the violence gets out of control. Then you get, you know, the crack epidemic. Then you get, you know, the 80s, 90s. People go, "Oh, it's out of control. We need the crime bill. We need the cops back on the street. We need stop and frisk." So then it's good for, you know, 20 more years. Some people say, "The police are racist. We got to get rid of the cops."
I think that was a good law they passed.
Yeah, it is.
Frisk, it is.
100%
on the street.
Yeah, but this is the cycle. It's like this amnesia, where it's that classic meme. You know, good times create weak men create bad times. Sort of like good crime laws create good times. Good times make people think the crime laws are racist, and then, you know,
there you go.
The cycle repeats.
Right.
So, you know, so what I'm saying is, enforce the laws. And by the way, the biggest beneficiary would be the black people themselves. It's like you said. Who's hurt by this? Occasionally it's white people. But the vast majority of people that are killed are black people. The people that live in poverty are the black people. It's those neighborhoods that can't have a Walmart because of all the shoplifting. So you enforce the laws. Unfortunately, there's going to be disproportionate, you know, representation. There's going to be more blacks in jail. But you got to arrest every lawbreaker. And then once you get the worst of the worst off the streets, the worst predators, opportunists, then you can reconcile the people with Christianity. But, you know, if you want to evangelize to these people in Chicago, I mean, be my guest. But I don't think you're going to get through. When you see these videos, unfortunately, a lot of them are just lost.
It's either. I mean, Chris Rock had a famous joke. And it was funny as hell when he said it, but...
Let's go to that tweet, man. You made a great point when y'all was going back and forth. Jason Whitlock said, "Every bit as godless and stupid as your critics say. You're Ray Epps 2.0. I can't say it. Pointing foolish believers
Shut up, you fucking dumb. I can't read. I can't. Let me see it. I can see it. You're every bit as godless and stupid as your critics say. You're Ray Epps 2.0, pointing foolish believers into a building that will burn them down for eternity. Many of the people captured by the wickedness of black culture can claim ignorance. You know exactly what you're doing, demon. See, I don't think it's ignorance of the black community. You can't teach a conscience. You can't teach that. The enemy is paying people on social media to promote racial division and conflict. The aftermath of Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony is a psyop.
I don't think that's a psyop.
No, don't fall for it. Stand on the word. Rebuke any so-called believer and not pointing to Christ.
Don't you think in his message, in a roundabout way, he's saying black people are incapable of a rational thought and white people are superior, so we're going to give them a pass? Pretty much he's saying white people, black people are inferior to whites with that message, because I don't think they can claim ignorance.
Right.
Yeah. Black people are not vegetables. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's sort of the issue is, you know, you have this new breed of conservatives where they want to hide behind the cross. They're pushing like a BLM woke. It's exactly like you're saying. They used to call it the soft bigotry of low expectations, you know, reverse racism, whatever. And now you have conservatives with the exact same mentality, which fundamentally means blacks have no accountability. Right. You know, like he said in the tweet, they can claim ignorance. What does that mean? It means they're not culpable. You know, they're not responsible. They have no agency. We can't blame them.
Their IQs are very low.
Right.
They can't help themselves. When they rob somebody, they steal a car. They're wired that way. I don't know. Hey, I think your response to him, I loved your response. What you said. So tired of hearing that black crime is caused by black culture. For some reason, rap music doesn't make white people steal cars and shoot people. It only works for black people. That was a great response.
Thanks. Well, yeah, I mean,
and it made me look at and judge the things I'm saying. I keep saying about black people. Man, it's our culture, it's the music, it's in the movies, but that's just an excuse. And he's coming from this point of view that you're teaching white people to be racist. Everything you're saying, they already thinking it. You just got the balls to say it.
Right.
So you're not. It's white people know what's up. Yeah. They do. Yeah. I knew what was up when I was like 12 years old.